Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're excited to say that we actually got our 6-inch portal kit for the CFMoto Uforce 1000 XL from Super ATV. We did unbox everything and laid everything out on a table, which in here in a minute we're going to go ahead and switch over to that and show you that. There are a lot of parts, there are a lot of pieces, but the one thing about it is don't get discouraged. Super ATV did take their time and make a detailed instruction book for being able to install this on your XL or your regular Uforce. One thing that I do want to note is everybody's been saying braking issues, there's a problem with the rotors and everything else. Well, if you still have a braking issue with this size of rotor, you're just going to always have braking issues. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera angle here and go ahead and show you the table of parts that we have here. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start assembling the driver's side of this. I'm only going to be able to do the driver's side as of right now because I'm still waiting for some parts and pieces that I need for the rear end of this, since we are actually going back to a CFMoto portal kit versus our homemade Polaris portal kit that has been on this machine. So we're gonna go ahead and switch camera views, so stay tuned. It's about to get real. Okay, now that we're here with all of the parts and everything that's on the table, you're gonna get your 4 portal gears, you're gonna get your 4 rotors, you're also gonna get new caliper brackets that your calipers bolt to. There are shims. You're going to use 2 shims per brake bracket that is going to mount on there. They do have detailed instructions and pictures on which bracket goes on which wheel. You're also going to get emergency brake line cable extensions to be able to extend your emergency brakes, so that way you still have your emergency brake function, which is great. You're also going to get new brake lines to extend for on the front. And then also you will have 2 mini brake line extensions that look like this, that goes on the rear, that extend your brake line down for your rear calipers. We also got Super ATV's portal blood to be able to lubricate these big massive 6-inch portals that we're going to put on this, and hopefully they come out with an 8-inch portal kit here soon. So we're going to go ahead and start the assembly process on the one side of the XL. So stay tuned. We're going to move back over to the XL. I'm sorry, having some technical issues today. For some reason 3 of my cameras shit the bed, so now I'm only stuck with 1 and I have to keep changing and moving. So hopefully that doesn't make too much of an issue for you guys, but we're going to go ahead and move back over to the XL to start. Okay guys, so I'm back once again. One thing that you're not going to use is you're not going to reuse your factory nut on your axle or the washer. So these you can go ahead and discard of. So once you disassemble the side of your machine that you're putting your, you're going to have to do all 4 wheels and everything like that, but it's pretty simple to disassemble. Take your caliper off, of course, take your wheel off. You're going to take your axle nut off, and then you're going to take your bottom ball joint, upper ball joint, and your tie rod off. You're going to disassemble, and it's going to look like this. You're just going to have 2 A-arms hanging out. You're going to have an axle hanging out, and that's basically all you're going to have right at this moment. So we're going to go ahead and start assembling from the driver's side. One thing that I always do is I take my portal plate, I feed it through the axle, and then I put it up on my upper ball joint. This actually allows the portal plate to suspend and hold the axle and the axle weight off the top. And I'm going to apologize, it's going to be a little bit of a long video. Just apologize now. And then you're going to just take your bottom ball joint, and if you have the Super ATV A-arms, of course you're going to have the ball joint delete on the bottom there. So this is basically what it's going to look like. You're going to have your portal plate on, you're going to have your axle hanging out there. And then just for shits and giggles, I'm just going to go ahead and put my tie rod on for right at the moment, just to kind of hold everything stable on this machine. Okay, so now we have everything stabilized there. You're gonna get a big bag with all of your bolts, your nuts, your castle nuts, and everything else that you're gonna need to be able to do the install. And we're just doing this quick. We're not going through, we're not tightening everything down and all that stuff because we don't wanna make a huge, long, drawn out video here. You're gonna get your portal. You're gonna muscle this guy over here. And usually what I do is I will thread the axle in first. I hold it with my knee and then put in my top bolt, top 2 bolts. And then we can go ahead and put our nuts in. If I would have grabbed the nut out of the bag. Okay, and then you can go ahead and seat your axle and make sure that it's seated correctly. Now it is going to come with these funny looking axle nuts that's going to go on the end. These are our old ones. They are the Polaris ones. So basically they look like that. They're long shanked. They go in and screw on. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and tighten all these bolts and get that all taken care of. Now, one thing, whenever you go to put your brake brackets on, there is one bolt here that is going to be an 18 millimeter that will need to be removed to be able to put the brake bracket on. So once that bolt's removed, there are 2 new brake brackets that you do get with the kit. One has a long drawn out ear that comes down to the bottom, and then ones that look like this. The ones with the long drawn out ear actually go on the front of the portal. That's how they orient, but as I said, there are shims. It does come with 8 shims that you do have to put on the portal. So you'll put the shims on, orientated in the way that they're supposed to be, onto the fitment of it. And then you'll have your bolt that will go through. If you have the proper sizes. Okay, so after you have the portal mounted to your portal plate, this is what it'll look like. Now there are a few things that you are going to have to do with the brakes from what I can see in the kit that we have, and I do not have my factory calipers here with this as of right now, but you will have these plates that your calipers will mount to, and then these plates will mount to these plates here. And they do have the hardware to be able to mount them. I'm not 100% totally sure about the shims, why they just didn't machine the bracket without having to use shims, but that's how they designed their kit off of their engineering team. I would have just made this bracket a little bit thicker and then machined the outer for the brake brackets. So then we go ahead here, put your rotor on, and you can see how much bigger this wheel, these rotors are compared to what your stock ones will be. Now I'm pretty sure that the 4-inch will be smaller than what these rotors are here, because I compared these to my 4-inch rotors, which is this guy compared to that guy. So you can see that they're much larger. So that's your basic portal install. There are a few things that I didn't do, such as put this aluminum cap on here, but I'm not going to do that yet because I do have to pull these off because I am doing a few things in here and still working on the braking with the machine. So I hope that gives you a gist of how easy the portal setups will be able to get on these. One thing that I am going to recommend is ordering portal blood whenever you order the portal. That helps with your warranties. Also, this oil is specifically made for the type of bearings and the gears that's in here because of the gear reductions. I did notice that whenever I ran 80-90 weight gear oil in the 4-inch portals, and I did change them even though they only had 15 miles on them, and you can use 80-90 gear weight oil, there was some metal shavings in there, and I'm not too happy with the amount of shavings that was in there. So hopefully this gives you an idea of how the portal kits will look, how the portals are going to look on the machine, and give you an idea of how easy they are to install. Don't be intimidated. They're very easy. It's a very straightforward process. It's not hard whatsoever. If you have a jack and some jack stands, you can do this in your driveway by yourself. It'll probably take you, I would say, probably about 4 to 6 hours. That's with disassembling the machine and reassembling everything if you're not familiar with it. Just don't forget to put your gasket behind the metal plate that you're going to put on here. That'll keep any type of dirt and debris and everything from getting into the main planetary gear there. But as far as it goes, this is ours. We did the 6-inch portals with the 45% gear reduction because 30% I don't feel does anything for these machines. So hope that helps you out. We're going to do the maintenance video here within the next couple days, so check that out. And again, if you're looking for the maintenance specs, just shoot me an email and I'll get them out to you as soon as possible. But this is the 6-inch portal kit going on the CFMoto XL. Follow us on Facebook, Crawlers Power Sports, and also our Facebook group, which is CFMoto, Z-Force, and Uforce Builds and Tech Talk, to see a completed video or pictures once it's completed, sitting down on the ground with our 35s that's sitting right back here. It's not the end of the build for this. It probably will go with the Jake Moorhead 6-inch lift A-arms with the 6-inch portals on a set of 40s. So that's what we have coming up. So stay tuned, keep watching, like, subscribe, and share if you like our videos. If you have any comments, drop them down below. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to us, give us a call. Our phone number's on our Facebook page and everything else. We can help you walk through whatever you need walk through, tech support and stuff like that, whatever you need installing these. So until the next video, guys, hope this helps you out, and like, subscribe, and share. That's how the channel grows. We'll see you later and see you on the next build.